1915. Germans are fighting French. Russian Empire is just about to have a revolution, and the first ever tank was seen in the world. Recognize? This is Battlefield 1, a game about World War I, where two teams have been given a bunch of destructive weapons and they try to destroy each other. This video, I am going to cover all essential things you need to know about this game, the best weapons, the best tactics, and the art of war. And by the end, you'll be ready to dominate the opposing team. These are the essentials. The game is set in the time of the First World War, and what happens here happened in real life more than a century ago. In Battlefield 1, there are 9 factions. United States of America, German Empire, French Republic, Austro-Hungarian Monarchy, Kingdom of Italy, Ottoman Empire, United Kingdom, Russian Empire, plus an addition of Red Army, aka Bolsheviks. The game offers all World War I weapons, including all types of rifles and guns, artillery weapons, flamethrowers, and poison gas, all types of armored vehicles, like light tanks and heavy tanks, armored trucks, attacker planes, and some other extremely powerful vehicles that we are going to talk about a bit later in this video. But now, I am going to explain how the game works. There are 32 maps and 10 game modes that are inspired by events which occurred back then. Each map is unique. Different methods and tactics are more superior based on what map you are. For instance, map Galicia is an open map, plains, so snipers and long-range weapons will be more powerful. But in map Fort de Vaux, you run through a maze of tunnels, so the best tactic is to use all sorts of throwables, machine guns, and flamethrowers. Even though Battlefield 1 offers 10 different game modes, the community, including me, prefers 2 of them. The 2 best of them, Conquest and Operations. Most of these servers to this date play only on these game modes, so I will primarily focus only on them. Conquest is a mode where 2 teams, each having 32 players, fight to capture multiple objectives across the map. Each captured objective gives points every few seconds, so more captured points your team has, more points you will earn each second. The first team that gets 1000 points win. You can earn points by collecting them from objectives, and by killing an enemy foe, your team gets 1 point. So, both are extremely important. You should take and hold as much points as possible, and kill every enemy you see. It's basically a bloodbath, but it is extremely fun. Also, in some maps, if a team is suffering from a major point deficit, they will be given a Behemoth class vehicle for their use, so they may come back. For example, in map Sinai Desert, you will get Armored Train, in Monte Grappa, a Zeppelin, in Fao Fortress, a Dreadnought, and in Soissons, a Char 2C, a super heavy tank. Operations is a mode where there are 2 teams, again each having 32 players, but now there are attackers and defenders. Attackers have 3 battalions and limited lives. They can only die 250 times before losing 1 battalion, and with that they must capture all sectors in the map that defenders are controlling. If they succeed, they move on and try to capture next sectors. In total there are typically 6 to 13 sectors based on the map. Defenders though have unlimited lives and must stop attackers with all they got. Like Conquest, a Behemoth class vehicle will be given to attackers if they lose 1 battalion, and will be given to defenders if attackers are capturing sectors too rapidly. If attackers succeed in taking all sectors, they win. If attackers run out of battalions before capturing all sectors, defenders win. This is an absolute peak of Battlefield 1, where the most action and fun is happening. And now, we are moving to the fun part, what is happening inside a real game. Now, I am going to explain how the actual game is happening. As an example, I am going to use Conquest mode. As I said, there are 32 players in a team, and the team splits into groups, maximum of 5 people, with 1 leader. These groups are called squads. When you enter the game, the first thing you do is you choose a squad. You can create a squad yourself, invite friends, and set it private if you don't want some strangers entering it. Squad leader is responsible for taking attacking and defending orders. By setting an order, whole squad sees it and gets personal bonus points for following them. You may ask, why do I need a squad in the first place? The answer is quite simple. When you are in a squad, you can spawn nearby your squad members. This is extremely useful, because then you don't have to run across the map. You just spawn near your squad member and take action immediately. I must say, this game is extremely cinematic. First emotions from this game are quite something. Even though this game is 7 years old, visual style of this game will surely amaze you. There is something in this game that I cannot explain, and you will have to experience it yourself. Now, I am going to show what each soldier, including you, Private, has an arsenal. In this game, you can choose yourself one of 4 classes: Assault, Medic, Support and Scout. Each class has 1 primary weapon, 1 sidearm pistol, 2 gadgets, a grenade, and a melee weapon. Every class has different types of primary weapons and different gadgets. But, no matter what class you will be, you may choose the same pistol, grenade type of your choice, and the melee weapon that you want to stomp your enemies with. The first class is Assault. This is quite understanding by itself. This is a brave attacker that has an arsenal of different semi-machine guns and shotguns. My recommendation would be a standard MP18, since every new player gets it, and its performance is amazing at all levels. But feel free to experiment with all what this game offers. Assault class has a variety of deadly gadgets, like anti-tank mine, anti-tank grenade, dynamite, anti-air, and anti-troop rocket gun. I would recommend using anti-troop rocket gun as a first gadget, because it is simply incredibly fun to use, and it's one of the most effective gadgets in the whole game. The second gadget could be anything but dynamite. Maybe I just don't like it, but I think it's not that effective if we compare it to other gadgets. I personally use anti-tank grenade, because it is very useful in many situations as an additional throwable. And, as the name says it, it is the worst enemy of any vehicle. Second class is Medic. As expected, he is designed to keep the team alive, and does so extremely well, because one of his gadgets is a medical syringe that magically revives any dead body with a single touch. Medic has an arsenal of full auto rifle, and his gadgets are bandage pouch that you can throw to any injured fellow comrade, a medical crate, same as pouch, but you throw it at one place, so whole team can heal itself much faster, a rifle grenade, and a medical syringe that was mentioned earlier. Third class is Support. If Medic was responsible for the team's health, then Support is responsible for the ammunition. Support class has a variety of heavy machine guns and many gadgets to choose from. Support class primary object is to keep the team's pockets full of ammo and grenades, and sustain a constant fire to suppress the enemy team. Support class gadgets are ammo pouch that works similarly to Medic's bandage pouch, ammo crate, limpet charge, repair tool. Like the name says it, it is used to repair damaged vehicles and ground weapons at the control points. A crossbow launcher that can shoot either frag grenades or high explosive grenades. If you do not know the difference between these two, I will explain. Once upon shooting, frag grenade takes a few seconds before exploding. High explosive grenade after shooting only explodes by impact. The last gadget that Support class has is a mortar, a quite easy to use gadget. You just put it somewhere in the cover and click on small circles that are showing on the map. In some maps where the movement is limited, and half team packs at one point just to suppress other team with all kinds of shit they have. Mortar is so overpowered that even many servers bans you for using it. There are two types of mortars, high explosive and airburst. High explosive mortar shoots a grenade that lands near the enemy and detonates a moment later. Airburst mortar, on the other hand, detonates in midair, so enemies won't have a second to react. And the last class in the game is Scout, or Sniper. It has many different action rifles for their use. This dude is the most annoying type of guy you will meet in the game. As I said, some maps are much more open than others, and for instance, Sinai Desert is a notable example of it. You just do your business, when BANG! A random Turkish sniper hits you from half a kilometer. At least, they are not invisible, because while aiming at your direction, you can detect a shiny reflection, and when you see one, you can be sure that someone is aiming at you. The gadgets. Scout has a few gadgets that make this class even more sticky and annoying, like K-bullets, or rather armor-piercing bullets. Trench periscope. Two types of flare guns. A spot flare gun that reveals enemy locations on the map, and a flash flare gun that burns enemy eyes when shot. Sniper decoy. A sniper shield. And a tripwire bomb. Now, onto the vehicles. There are 50 different vehicles in this game, but I'm not going to explain every single one, just the most important. Note, vehicles depend only on the map. Some maps are not even meant to have them. There are 6 types of ground vehicles and 4 types of aircraft. All ground vehicles are good, and you should experiment with them, but I personally like to use light tank and assault tank. All 4 aircraft types are unique and fun as well. I can't say anything bad about them, I just enjoy using attacker plane more than others. Because you must be fast-paced and precise, then you will succeed in suppressing enemies. A horse is a great tool to silently attack unsuspecting points. It is even more powerful when paired with few teammates that cover you. Do not forget about behemoth monsters that I mentioned earlier. They are enormous, and sometimes it is enough to take out enemies. There are few things that are essential to know to become a destructive machine. Listen carefully. These things will separate you from a newbie to a great soldier and will lead your team to win. Point 1. Use Q all the time. It marks enemies to all your team. This is the most useful thing you can do for your team. And it's the most powerful tool for an effective blitzkrieg. Point 2. Be quick and use all you have. Do not be afraid of death, but sometimes slow down and analyze. Enemies will attack you from all sides. You should always be ready and be prepared. Turn on the sound. Listen to footsteps. The battle is very rapid, and you should be following its pace. Point 3. Use environment. Buildings are destructible. If you know that there are enemies inside, just bomb it like hell. Use gas, fire, all explosives you have. No mercy for opponents. It is either you or them. Do not get into the eyesight of snipers. Use cover, and do not let yourself die so easily. Utilize elite classes like flamethrowers, sentries. These have massive power when used correctly. Point 4. Be unpredictable. Enemies will have a tough time fighting if they are challenged at every corner. Use bayonet charges. Use explosives all the time. Hide. Recapture. Overthrow. Point 5. Fight for your motherland! Well, soldier, you have earned yourself the rank of lieutenant. Well done. Battlefield 1 is an immense game that prioritizes power, strength, and will. Half of the game feels like a movie because it is so vast and cinematic. The game just hit its 7th anniversary, and it is utterly amazing. Please like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos.